Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, one of the things that I want to do in today's video, we want to compare how easy is it to navigate, and we want to talk about the next gen questions and all that. So this is my Uworld account, and this is also one of my Archer account. I'm just going to walk you around on how to navigate your way. So hello guys, so I want to show you how to navigate your way around the Uworld. Most people tell me they don't really know how to navigate themselves around the Uworld questions, and some have said, can you show me and all that. And again, a chat review, and some people have also said, oh, can you please do a short video so that we know how to navigate our way and all that. And which do you think is even better off when you put the both together side by side, and you want to make it you want to make a comparison and ask yourself, which one should I use? Okay, NCLEX is actually a very complex exam, very complex, and it's one of the toughest nursing exams that you're likely going to write. So on this occasion, we're going to be comparing and see, okay, simplicity and complexity. That's like comparing a simple app and a more complex app. And depends on you as an individual. Both of them, I must confess, they are great learning app, 100%. Both of them are what? They are great learning app. Like, you're going to gain so much from using them to prepare for exam. And I'm sure I did Uworld practice. I took one of the assessment and I got a very high chances of passing. I did Archer review or do one of the cat questions and weeks assessment, and I got very high chances of passing. Like, and at the end of the day, I actually came out passing the exam. But just want to show you guys, because I've studied with both materials, and I can actually tell you both are actually great, but it depends on you as an individual. So when you log in, the first page you're going to see is this for Uworld. Then you go, so these are the two assessments that comes with when you subscribe. You have these two assessments for Uworld. You only have two assessments for Uworld. So you can actually start with this one to know how far you're going, but as you progress in your study, when your exam is quite close, you can activate this second assessment and see how well you perform. So basically, I'm just going to launch into the Uworld. I don't know. So after clicking launch, here it has brought me to this part of Uworld. Okay, so I'm not here to show you the questions in Uworld, but I'm just doing this video to just show you how to navigate your way and just do a little bit comparison between Uworld questions and Uworld review platform and Archer review platform. Okay, so basically this is after you click launch, this is where it's going to bring you. So if you need to create a test, you want to do practice and all that, then you're going to come here, create test, which is where we are at the moment. So you have the tutor on and you have the timer. What does that mean? That this one, you're going to do it at your leisure. When you answer, you get a question where you fail it, you're going to see the reasons why you failed it and reasons why you got it right and all that. Timed one, your answers, whether you fail or get it right, is going to be reviewed at the end of the test. So currently you have a total of 2,690 questions on Uworld. This is one of the subscriptions that I did for my exam. So they have 533 next gen questions, and the traditional question is 2,157. So it depends on what you want actually. So like this one, currently we have unused one. The unused question is just 480, depending on what you want to do. So you could just check this boxes. Okay, you just check these boxes. So if you just want to do a question, you just check unused one. Basically, I usually advise that you go systematically instead of it just like everything. If you want to do adult review questions, do questions on adult review, do questions on adult review, see how well you are performing and all that. You'll be able to do what they call focus reading. Focus reading allows you to know where you are actually missing out and all that, know when you have finished a particular topic or content. So then you select the system you want. So if it's under cardiovascular, if it's under endocrine, if it's under gastrointestinal, then the maximum number of questions you can block question is actually 75 at once. But you can actually start with 20, 50, 75 like that. Instead of for the very first time you're entering the setting up, creating a question, you just went to 75. Come on, take it gradual. You might get tired and you don't want to complete it. And also you can actually select all of the above. Okay. You actually select all of the above to choose question from. Okay, if you want to select that you want questions to come from all of this. And one of the things I usually advise, to be honest, is that after you are done taking these questions, go back to your incorrect ones and see how much knowledge you've actually retained to be able to to do them right again this time around. By so doing, it tells you that learning has actually taken place, because they are incorrect, because those are the deficiency areas and you actually need to work on them. So just select the number of questions and that's it. So another thing that you can do after you've selected, and you go to so if I want 75 questions, I just type 75. Okay, so that's the maximum number of questions. So I'm just trying to create a question now. So, and that's it. Then you can start answering your questions from one stage to the other, from one stage to the other. But I'm just going to suspend this, okay, and come back to it some other time to actually practice. I'm actually practicing now, like for fun and all that. Then this is where we were. Then you go to previous test. Now previous test shows your performance, how have you been doing and all that. So you can actually check how you are doing here. Okay, these were some of the days preceding my exams. These were like my performance in basically all areas and all that. See the questions I was doing days preceding my exam, 75 questions and all that, and that's what I actually had in my exam. Like I had 75 questions and all that. So you can actually assess your performance to know how you're doing. So total 100% question used, and it was 75%, which is good. And this is how you know how you're actually doing. Are you doing well and all that? Then because they've introduced the next gen questions, you can actually check. This is the traditional question. You can actually check how well you are doing the next gen questions. Okay, so the maximum point that is obtainable is 3088, and currently this person is on 2466, means that the person is actually doing well on the next gen question so far. Then you can view your report. Okay, this is the correct ones. Then you can do correct and incorrect. Then with this you can actually identify there are areas that you are not doing well. Look at childhood, that it shows that, see how long is incorrect is, so it shows that you're actually not doing very well. Not as if you're doing totally bad, but you're just at what, 65%. Every other ones you're at 72, 70, 77, 70. But on this particular one you are on 65%. So what can you do? You can now go back and focus on childhood. Can then focus on childhood. Then you do questions on childhood that are pertaining to all these aspects. So when you now look into it properly, you can identify the areas that you're actually not doing well in childhood. Basically, you find out that it's only in trigonometry system in childhood that this person is actually around 73%. Every other ones were below 70%. Okay, there's one in respiratory system, 85%, which is quite brilliant. So apart from this one and this one, every other thing it was below 70%. Then you can actually go back, do questions on childhood to improve your performance towards the exam. Every other aspect here is above 70%, which is quite. Then you can look at graphic layout of how well you are performing. and then shows how we are performing compared with other average scores. So well, this is quite below average, this is below average, this is really below average. So you can see that most of these scores are above average, okay, which is a nice performance. So basically that's how it works. So like this subscription I have, I can actually reset the whole questions to reset the whole thing and start all over again. So that's how it works for Uworld. You see that Uworld is actually quite simple, straightforward on how to navigate your way. You want to create questions, just go to create questions, select the questions you want. Is it unused one? Is it an incorrect one? If it's incorrect, you select only the incorrect ones. Then you select the incorrect one, select the areas that you had incorrect ones, then do questions on them. You could just use 75 so that you know how well you have improved after discovering that those questions were wrong. That helps you to build on what you are learning and all that. So right now we're going to go to Archer. So you would actually find it's quite easy to navigate. It's not complex actually, and to be honest, on the day of the exam, the way this platform look, that's how your exam is likely going to look on the day of the exam. Just that you not have this navigation bar. The only thing you're going to be having is just next, the number of the questions. Your time is going to be at this edge here. Your time is going to be reading here, and the question number that you're actually doing, what question number another. So it's going to have this format. You are going to have access to a calculator if you need to do a calculator, and if you also need to save a note while practicing, you can always copy it, save a note. You can always click note, then look at what is the particular thing you're trying to identify. So if I'm trying to copy this, then just go to my note and okay, I think yeah, that's what I was actually expecting. So you just put it in your note, save it for you to check on later, or if you are not so sure, you can actually come back and you can flag the question, then you come back later to actually review the questions. So that's how it works anyway. So that's all I have for you. So guys, let's go to Archer. So when you log into Archer, this is the first page that you're going to get to. This is the first page. This is dashboard. Now as you can see, you have video. Now some people sometimes read the visual aids when people are communicating to them. It makes reading quite easy for them. So the first place you're going to get to is this place. That's the dashboard, where it shows you a lot of videos. They have quite a lot of videos. Let's play this and see. Good. So this is a video on nervous system, and I'm sure, well, sound quite nice. That's really great. So, and they also have, I think this is a crash course for those who don't have much time, like 10 hours. That's like 20 hours crash course or more. That's going to be a lot of knowledge to consume at the same time. Well, that's like 20 hours crash course for those who have limited time. Anyway, they have so many videos. See, there's also all about the next gen questions. So there's a video to tell you about the next gen questions. Wow, that's quite beautiful. So in Uworld, you don't have videos, you just have the questions and all that. Then you have the second aspect, okay, which is this video and the likes under the dashboard. Then you go to where you have the questions. Well, this is how far this individual has actually gone with questioning, answering the questions and all that. So this is how far the person has used, what number of questions the person has used. The person has used 45% questions, 46% of the question has 54 to use. Okay, now I want to look at the statistic of how the person has passed and all that. The total correct the person has had is 63%, incorrect is at 37%. Obviously, if this person keep practicing, it's going to go all better. Then this is for you to see the next gen statistics. So total next gen question is 818, which is quite much. I think you want next gen question. Let's see how many you want next gen question. So you want next gen question is 533, while actual is 818, which is okay. So far so good. Okay, so for next gen question, the maximum point that you can score is 1000 and this person is at 342. It's about 33% so far. This person still has questions. About 56% of the question has not been done. Then you can now go to subject areas. Now that's one of the unique thing again. Okay, subject areas, like if you choose critical care, now in critical care area, it's going to tell you, okay, fine. Okay, let's go back to classic. So when you choose critical care, that classic, the total number of questions in all available under critical care is 62. So this person, total correct questions are 65, incorrect are 35% and all that. So you can now, under critical questions, there are various subject areas, that subject lesson area that they've taken those questions and all that. So you can actually go to each particular one and see how well you've actually tried, which is quite nice. Okay, so you can see that there are more graphics interface in actual. It's, let me use the word, more complex compared to Uworld. Uworld is quite simple, easy to navigate, but less information is being given compared to when you are using Uworld or when you are using Archer. Archer Review has loads of information, loads of video, which Uworld doesn't have. Next gen questions in Archer is 800 and something question, while in Uworld is 500 and something question. So, but like I said, it's all about individual. I personally, I don't like watching videos, so basically Uworld is going to work well for me. But if you are somebody that like watching videos, then Archer is going to be a very good option for you. Okay, so now let's go to, if you want to create, if you need to create you need to create a test, probably you want to practice and all that, you want to create, you go to create text here. Now one of the most brilliant things is Uworld only has two assessment, but in Archer you can do a lot of computer adaptive tests as many times as you want to assess yourself, as many times you want, as many times. So that's quite impressive. Uworld only has two. Sometimes you want to do these questions computer adaptive format to see how ready you are, but Uworld don't have, just two questions, just two assessment points. But for Archer, you can create as many as you want. Okay, and again, this is another one. They said this is readiness assessment. It tells you how ready you are, like how ready are you, like are you ready, are you really ready, you know what I mean? So you can actually tick these boxes and just create. It's going to do how many? 85 questions length for you. Why in Uworld, for the assessment questions is usually, for the assessment 1 and 2 usually 100 questions, but Archer is actually giving you 85 questions. Okay, so once you click on readiness questions, just create, go on and do the questions. Then if you don't want readiness question, you want to do computer adaptive, which means that it's start giving you the simple ones, and as you keep answering, you tend to increase in hardness and all that. So you can do that, and you can as well as come and create questions by yourself, like tutorial. This one is not time, you take your time to actually do the question. Then you select, do you want the classic traditional one, or do you want the next gen question, or do you want both? Obviously you might likely want the both. Do you want subject or system, or do you want client need? Which one you want, you just kind of select. Okay, so let's just say subject. Let's say unused questions, then let's say it's a 5. Then we're going to click next. Then now it's going to ask us to select subject area. Do we want to select from all of the above? Do you want to do all of the above, or we have particular one that we want to do? So if you have a particular one you want to do, just select it. Me normally I like fundamentals and I like leadership and management, so I just go there and go to next. Okay, then Choose lesson. Is it under lesson under priority, lesson under basic comfort, lesson under assignment and dedication? I like lessons under assignment and dedication, management concept and priority. Those are subject areas that I love so much. Then you can just go on and say create. Once you create, you start answering the question. So I'm going to show you what's the interface like for ACHA. Okay. So let's look at previous tests for this person. So this person has done readiness assessment test 1, and the person got a very high, how was that stated? The chances of passing is very high, which is quite interesting. So this person had 70%, and the average pass score has been 68. But this person, for that particular readiness assessment test, had 70%, which is very, very, very impressive. So let's just review some of these questions and see how the interface actually look like. So basically, this is the interface. Both of them, see, most of them are using the same interface, the proper next gen question. So this is how next gen questions appears. Okay, going to be a scenario. You read the scenario, then you have item 1 to 6, then you keep answering your questions, and you keep answering the questions, till you are done with the 6 questions. Okay, so that's how the next gen question. So when you look at the interface, almost the same thing interface with Uworld. The questions is here, explanations and reasons why the answers are right or wrong is actually here. So I'm going to close this one. Yes, I want to close the review, so you can actually check. So another thing is, if you want to create questions about the ones you got right and the one that are incorrect, you can actually go on and do it so that you can reassess yourself. So it's actually beautiful. Then you can actually, in ACHA, you can have what they call a live lecture, but it comes with a token, you know. So let's see how Uworld next gen questions interface appears. Okay, so I'll just go to one of these tests and see one that has next gen. Okay, I think this one has. So let's check this and see how Uworld next gen questions interface looks like. Oh, so I'm just going to go to previous. Okay, so this is how Uworld next gen questions appear. So this is the questions here and the options, and when you get it or miss it, you're going to have reasons for that. Okay, so that's how Uworld next gen questions appear. So it's quite a lovely site. Like, so major differences on both test app is, okay, so major differences on both test app is ACHA has a lot of graphic info. That's just the honest truth compared to Uworld. Uworld is quite easy to use and quite easy to navigate, straight to the point. Okay, ACHA has loads of videos which can aid your learning. Uworld does not operate with videos. Basically, Uworld doesn't operate with video. Uworld is quite expensive. That's just the honest truth. I had to subscribe for 1 year on Uworld. It was costing me 300 and something pounds, but actually 1 year is 199 pounds, $199. Why Uworld is 340 something dollars, which is, Uworld is quite expensive. Uworld has been a text app that has been for so long, and that's the reason they've built a reputation over the years that their test items are quite very good, and they've been an amazing passing rate, and ACHA has also been for a little long compared to Uworld has been in existence more longer compared to Archer, but both test app are actually good. Apart from Uworld being more expensive compared to Archer, Archer has more infographics, has video, what Uworld doesn't have. Uworld interface is quite easy to navigate, easy to understand. There's no confusing or too much information. Uworld is Archer is full of so many information. But notwithstanding, like I said earlier in the beginning of my video, I just wanted to show you how to navigate both apps. Both are good. I've used both. I used both to practice before taking my exam, and they were really helpful. If you like video, Archer is the best bet. But if you're not a video fan, just want to get the job done, chop, go for Uworld. So thanks, guys. You can tell your friends. I hope this will help you actually make a choice. But whichever choice you are making, ensure you are making the right one. Thanks, guys. See you guys again.